You know, you really do get to choose who you want to be. You absolutely do. Um, and it starts with the energy first, you know. You have to embody that feeling of, what you want to be. If you want to be a miserable person, which, a lot of the people in society today have been conditioned to be quite miserable, myself included, you know. It's just the way society's framed because of the mind dominance of society, isn't it? People are comparing each other. They're comparing themselves with each other. And, that very common saying, comparative comparison is the thief of joy. You have to realize we are one and the same. Once you know this, to the core, all of those feelings of hate, jealousy, vindictiveness, it all goes away. Because you see yourself in everyone and everything. Because we are all one and the same. Everyone is the manifestation of who you are. Everyone is here to reflect to you who you are. Everyone and everything. So once you know that, you realize that everything is love. Because everything is yourself, you can then get to know that everything is love because you love yourself. If you love this human, you love that human and that human and that human and that thing and that thing and that thing. That's not to say you condone the behaviors. You can love someone and still not condone their behavior. Actually, if someone is doing something that's harmful to others or to nature, the loving thing to do is actually to call them out. But there's a way to go on about, calling them out. Another common saying, it's not about what you say, it's how you say it. So you can tell someone that what they're doing is not right in a very loving way, in a very gracious way, without demeaning them, without putting them in the wrong, because who they are fundamentally is a good person. They have just not seen the light. They are just sort of in the mind dominance state, and they've sort of missed the way, if you like. To sin, that's what that means. To sin means you've missed the mark. It doesn't mean you're a bad person. It doesn't mean you're doomed in hell. Because I believe eventually, ultimately, we shall all seal. we shall all see the light, because there's light within us. We've just sort of been blinded and pulled in by the mind, and we've sort of forgotten who we are. So just slightly turn up the dimmer switch, and then you get to see who you are. You get to remember who you are. You get to remember that you are that which is aware of all of this. You are awareness itself that's aware. You are the zero behind the one. You are nothing behind everything. Does that make sense? There we go. We're just speaking the truth. And I'm happy that I am doing this. The fact that this is just being put out into the universe. I'm sure it will find the right people. For sure, absolutely. It will absolutely find the right people. I know that. People who perfectly reflect to me who I am. Because I know that's my duty here. I know who I am, and I'm here to show you who you are, for sure. Absolutely. But yeah, it's quite cool. And certain reactions, certain emotions that still arise within this human, I know it's just habitual. It's because of habit, The fear is less and less. The frustration is less and less. Still there. When it comes up, I'm less identified by it because I'm less identified by this human. But it's a perfect message when it comes up. It shows me what emotions still reside within. And now it's more like they're passing through. I'm not holding onto them. And less I'm trying to project less. Well, that's what I meant to say. More and more, I'm trying to project less of those emotions. But yeah, it's all part of the human experience. That's what I'm realizing. It is all part of the human experience. Because emotion is a spectrum. And you get to experience the full spectrum of emotions. You don't just get to feel happy, like ecstatic all the time. You start to enjoy every single emotion. Maybe enjoyment is not the right word. You start to appreciate and accept the emotions. You realize that you are not the emotions. You are that is aware of the emotions. You are that which is observing the emotions. So you just hold the emotion. You hold the space for the emotion to be there. Does that make sense? You hold the space for the emotion to be there. You don't go in your mind and start interpreting the emotion. You become less and less reactive because of the emotion. If anything now, I am starting to slow down once I feel those emotions. I breathe deeper. My movements become more intentional. I am not denying the emotion, actually. I'm doing the opposite. I am fully embracing the emotion. As I realize, for now, this is what I'm feeling. This is what is being observed. And it's okay. It will pass by. And it always passes. And nowadays, it passes a lot quicker. It does. And yeah, that's quite cool. That is indeed quite cool.